Let's take a look.
You are playing to the hand of agents, including my own enemies, who want to use insecurity to get rid of me. I'm a very stubborn politician. I just refuse to go. And I will campaign for my second term.
He refuses to go. I'll take one reaction from Nello, who says, the focus should be on the lives being lost, not the second term. Insecurity isn't a political tool used by enemies. It's a daily reality for Nigerians in the North and the South. If the security is fixed, then no enemy can get rid of you in the first place. Defending his approach to borrowing, basically saying that people need to relax because borrowing isn't leprosy. Let's watch.
If we have to borrow money, we borrow. It's not borrowing is not a leprosy. We just have to work hard to be able to pay for it.
If we got to do it, we got to do it. I'll take one reaction from Chizom on X, who says, Tinubu says debt is not leprosy. True. But what Nigerians are asking is simple. If borrowing isn't the problem, where are the results? Under Tinubu, the nation's debt keeps rising, but citizens are seeking deeper into hardship. Prices are up, jobs are scarce, and businesses are struggling. The question isn't whether a country should borrow. The question is, what are we gaining from these loans? Many Nigerians can't point to clear benefits that match the scale of debt accumulated. And what's your take?
President Tinubu is quite very stubborn, very deft guy politically. But what he's currently doing to the opposition is wrong, stifling the opposition. I don't think that's been deft. I don't think that's been stubborn, making it on even playing field. If President Tinubu is truly sure that he has done enough to be able to get the people to vote for him, let the support be organic. The reason why they're stifling the opposition is because they're not sure, and that's what's happening. So you weaken your opponent because you're not sure. Leave a competitive playing field. If he wins, I'll celebrate him. Secondly, I'll tell you, debt is leprosy. Yes, debt is a leprosy. You know why it's leprosy? Your cost of serving the debt or servicing the debts. When you spend about 15 to 16 trillion in a budget that goes about, I think, 60 trillion now, look at the percentage of what you use in debt service. It becomes leprosy, especially when you cannot see what you're doing with the debt. This argument that, oh, we are doing it for roads and everything, road does not significantly transfer to development and growth. What I said yesterday is the HDI, investment in healthcare, investment in school, capital appreciation, opening new opportunities, making ease of doing business very mandatory for these areas. These are things that can really open up an economy. And President Tinubu is not doing that, largely. You are beginning to see uptick in numbers of people suffering. Capital mobilization is poor. Okay, look at this morning. I went to buy fuel of 40,000 naira in one of my cars. If I depended on minimum wage, it could even give me 30 liters. It was about 29 liters. If I depended on minimum wage and I buy that twice, what will it give me? So this argument of, oh, doing roads and everything, it doesn't give an uptake in economic, what's it called? They've borrowed another 516. They've ratcheted up the debt to about 160 trillion. What have we to show for it? People are poor. Their lives are worse off. Right. They've done 47 kilometers of coastal road. We are still asking them, what's the bidding process for that? Why did they have a private company? They've gone to the ports. They've borrowed money for the ports again. We are still asking about them. You were telling me about a certain report that was talking about even competence threshold as regards the people that were given that project to be done. What particular company keeps taking on the project? There is nothing to show for all of this. How does he have an uptake on the economy of the people? Let's be realistic. Debt can become leprosy if not properly used. And the idea at which Nigeria is using it is not better. What is the state of the federal medical centers today? What's the state of the schools in the country today? They claim they've done student loan. Yes, but it's still a loan because the student has to pay back on it.
Absolutely.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Absolutely. And
debt is leprosy if it's not properly used. And we are losing it in a leprosy way. In fact, our debt has taken Nigeria to a leper's colony.
Wow.
So can I just make 2 points on insecurity? I think it's very dicey to use insecurity as a political tool, like the first commenter said. I say this because during the Jonathan administration was the same thing he was criticized for, because he blamed, I think at the point, the emergence of terrorism, the Chibok girls kidnapping to, I remember the famous First Lady speech, there is God, that people were complicit. And that was not an excuse. It didn't excuse his failure to manage the situation as perceived by a number of Nigerians. So giving an excuse that your enemies are behind insecurity is almost a slap on the face of those who have suffered as a result of insecurity. So what do we do about that? Right. So because of one man, your enemies, then many Nigerians have to die for that. What we're asking for is that we know that the administration talks about understanding the issues. Who is responsible? What is responsible? But there's a gap between that and fixing the issue. So don't tell us why insecurity is rampant or is rife during election season. What we want to see is addressing those challenges based on information that you have on who is behind it. That's what Nigerians want in a leader, not just telling us that, this is the reason why. I think it cheapens the experiences of people who are victims of insecurity.